Welcome to Words of Wisdom. Thank you for joining me. It's really lovely to be here. As you know, I've been posting every day because obviously I'm a little bit housebound at the minute with my foot situation, but really more than that with my spiritual situation, because it's come at a time where it's really needed. It's needed for my growth. I'm starting to recognize things that I need to sort of write down, to share. I get downloads. I'm trying to open myself up more for my spiritual journey. And today is the full moon. So full moon energy is very, very strong. And I think it's very much timing to do with getting on with things and making sure that what is to be will be. And I have got to stay my course. So I just want to get myself a, two have come out. I didn't want to, just wanted the one. Isn't that funny? 3 of these have come out. So 3 seems to be quite a big number that's following me around at the minute. It's Palo Santo, so I just want to light it. So yeah, it's really important right now for me to recognize all my signs. I had a very clear reading with Kelly this morning that again confirmed what, and when I say I already know, you know, when you get into a situation and somebody says to you XYZ and you go, oh yeah, and you hear it and you actually know that you knew it, but you just never heard it, recognized it, or done, or you know, responded in some. And this is where I'm at the minute. So I had a download this morning. I was speaking to my sister and all I could see was a sink with a plug in it. And I said to her, that's how I felt yesterday. I felt like I was stuck in the sink and the plug was in and I couldn't go anywhere. The water couldn't go. It was just sitting. And I thought, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to have to take that now, aren't I? So I just thought that's what I was seeing. But as I was talking to her, and then as I'd done a meditation, a full moon meditation, things sort of started to clear, make a bit more sense. And I knew what I knew was to be. It was how it is. It was like things were being confirmed. It's, very strong messages from source to say, pay attention here. Yeah. So I really felt that very strongly. And I thought, okay, let me see. And I felt the plug. I could almost see myself pulling the plug out of the sink. And the water started to swirl like this, like it's going down. And I thought, yeah, that's how I feel now. I feel like, and it's that release, the idea of the full moon is all about release. We know that, And when I did my reading this morning on TikTok, I could see the first song that was on my recording was This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine. So I thought, yeah, Spirit is telling me this is what it's all about. And I really felt that energy. It was beautiful. And the first energy card that came out, I'll share with you, is the Sun card. And I absolutely knew that that's how I was feeling this morning. Very strong sun energy, very strong guidance, very strong yes and a thumbs up, it's time. So even though I said to my sister, I feel like I'm a caged animal and I felt like I could see the sink and a plug was, after all of that, because I recognized it, I feel like I must have transmuted it in some way. And so I feel much better. I also thought, right, let me come and sit down. I want to do a reading with you guys, have a chat with you. But before I could do anything, I wanted to have a tidy up. I wanted to find my Sacred Traveler book. I couldn't find the book, the guidebook. It was under my bed. So it's obviously slipped out. It's gone under the bed. I pulled the bed all out. I was hoovering up, cleaning up, and there were other cards under the bed. And it's so interesting because as I was cleaning around my table, this one was the first one that I found that was on the floor, literally by my chair. Okay. I am protected by Source. And I wrote down again what I saw after the plug was feathers, lots of feathers. And I knew, and the thing is, when I go for a walk, I often do get feathers. And so I'm not walking out at the minute, and I really feel that. So it was so lovely that Spirit sort of sent me the picture of the feathers, as if to say it's okay. And downstairs, I'd picked up this big black feather, and it is in one of my plant pots downstairs. And I picked it up this morning and had a look at it as well. So I know the Spirit is saying, even though you can't go outside, envision that you are. Envision that you can have that freedom. I've opened the window here, as you might notice, so I've got some air coming in. And I feel like that's helping me a lot today. And I'm trying to really honor what Spirit is telling me. I'm trying to really honor that this is a very important time at the minute of transformation and growth, and I'm getting my gifts, and I want to stay in my path, and I'm really keen on that. But of course, Spirit will also keep telling me I have got the love that I need coming to me. There's definitely that, because when I was cleaning out as well, I went over by my corner there, and there's another angel card, the Angel Intuitive card, and there it was sitting underneath, just sort of just poking out, just hiding. I thought, okay, another message, and alongside it was a coin. So I picked the both up, and this card is love. So I know that this is my soul purpose. This is my calling. It is about love. And I have had, since I was a little girl, problems with love. All I've ever wanted, and I'm getting emotional, so it's very important that I'm sharing this with you. And I really, if you want to flick on, I absolutely don't mind. It's fine. I need to do this because I do believe that people who need to see something in my network will understand what I'm saying. So I'm trying not to get emotional, but I've had a problem with love. And it comes from your inner child wounding, and my twin flame mirrors that back to me. He's had the same problem, I think, right? I can only intuitively feel that because it is just energy, but I think this is the issue as well. And so today I'm meant to be doing things that are fun. I'm meant to be doing inner child fun things. So I'm going to have to start working on doing something for Debbie, little Debbie, and have a bit of fun, okay? And I keep seeing this thank you star that's sitting over here, a little hug for you. It keeps jumping out at me every time my eye keeps going over to it, so it's very sweet. So yeah, that was the energy. That was a huge emotional download for me. Sorry about that. But anyway, so love is in my heart. And if I can just keep my heart open for love, and how to love and to be loved and to understand that I deserve love. I think that's what I need to do, because I'm always trying to help other people, and I am always trying to show that. But I used to have problems with people, giving me compliments, for example. Now I've learned to overcome that. But of course, I've just been through this whole emotional chaos over this last few days, and we've got to the full moon, and I know tonight it needs to release. So I have to obviously honor how I'm feeling right now, and today especially, and going forward. So we're talking love and money. And money has been another block for me a lot in my life. So I think, and of course my twin flame triggers that a lot with me, and it's these two subjects, these two things for me are my healing, are my changing, are my learning. And if it's here and it's right in front of me now, I can only really hope that, and have trust and faith that this is changing for me now. This is the new chapter. So what was brought back to me was to show me and make me understand and keep with the faith and the understanding of everything. So I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I'm obviously, if you're on a spiritual journey, perhaps you'll understand the magic of it as well. So I am protected by Source, 100%, I know that. And I also opened up, while I was tidying up, I just opened up a diary there, a journal that I had written ages ago, and it opened up at the page and it said, on this full moon day I release, and then the light in me honors the light in you. And I think that's just perfect, because that is exactly what I had this morning in my, where was it? Was it these cards? No, it was these cards. These cards. There it is. My light attracts light. And of course I was singing that song, my little light, that little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So the light in me honors the light in you, and it is about honoring this journey, and I feel very strongly about that. The other two cards that were under the bed with my book that had slipped there and are now being presented to me was this card here, which is the Six of Wands. And again, the Six of Wands is about generosity, giving and receiving, love, kindness, hope. And my little light will shine, and my light in me honors the light in you. And this card actually speaks to that. So that is also on our table today. And then the second one, very importantly, that was on the floor was the Two of Pentacles. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. And I think yesterday's reading, we talked about divine masculine, divine feminine energies and making sure of the balance in that. And I really do think that this is why this has come out again. It's about staying balanced, and it is about understanding that you've got, even when it's all chaotic, you've got to remain that balanced state. You've got to keep focused and grounded. And the other card that came out this morning was this one. So healing myself heals my lineage. There's the grounding, the roots of the tree. Okay, so really remaining balanced, having that light going forward. So I feel like the plug has come out now, and I definitely feel what I channeled was this very clear indication here, confirmation for me on the table today. I also always get my little reading, and the reading we have of our calendar today is Spare No Effort. So spare no effort, my friend. It's very important right now. This is why I am really focusing in as much as I can on my healing, whilst I have the opportunity to do so, whilst I've been gifted this opportunity, my physical healing, my emotional healing, my mental healing, my soul healing, Debbie healing, little girl Debbie healing, all of it. It's all here right now for me to make sure that I spare no effort. And this is what it says on the back of this. The sweet, the sour, the bitter, and the spicy are all nutrients. Success and failure are experiences. So you have got to have it all in order for you to experience success and failure. And on a twin flame journey, it's all about that healing. It's not about the love story, it's the healing, but it opens up the stories. And it's not just about focusing on the one thing. It's about really looking at you as a holistic. All the ingredients, if you like, are going to be important. So before we start with any more of the reading on the cards, I happen to open this journal as well. And it's got here New Beginnings and Powerful Endings on my sale, and I'd written it as part of the eclipse season full moon, and I'd written that New Beginnings and Powerful Endings, and I still feel very strongly that today is a powerful ending. So we're going to do an easy spell. It's called Let Go of the Past. Right. By wind and flame, by root and rain, I call release from hurt and pain. The chains of memory now unwind. The ties once held I leave behind. No longer mine, no longer bound, I cast it deep into the ground. I close this door with strength and grace, and welcome peace to take its place. As above, so below, as within, so without, so mote it be. So that is really what I wanted to say today, in terms of we are letting go of our past. We are moving ourselves as best we can forward. It's not to say that there's no healing still to be done, because there is, but we are protected. And for me, it was very clear guidance, balance and being grounded, making sure that you can still give generously with your heart. Keep your heart open for the love that you richly desire and deserve. And I deserve the best type of love for me. And I'm not going to veer from that. I'm not going to accept anything less than that, because I really feel it's time, pull that plug, get rid of it tonight, and, write a letter to whomever or whatever you need to be writing, as saying goodbye. I'm letting it go. I have trust and faith that what's meant for me will be for me, and it will come back if it needs to come back. So you saw me shuffling my Akashic Records tarot cards, the Akashic Tarot, and I really wanted to see what our guidance was with the Akashic Records, because the Akashic Records is open to all of us. And this one really did just straight away turn over the Four of Roses and the views of the ego. Now, when someone is overthinking, often it is about the ego. It's about, you've done that to me. This has happened to me. That's why I'm like I am. It's all about the blame. It's all about everything to do with me in a selfish way rather than selfless. And that's the difference in spiritual practice, because it is about being selfless to become the best version of yourself, to be able to be the best version for your soul purpose. And that's really where the spiritual understanding lies. But when we look at this card, it says their views of the ego. So you could have somebody in your world, while you're trying to, be balanced and grounded and what have you, there's somebody here that could be very much in their ego, overthinking things, having things to say. But let's just have a little read of that in the book and see what we're talking about. Now, roses, of course, are about relationships, about emotions, family, children, homes, personal and inner conflicts, and communities alive. So it could be yourself. It doesn't have to be another person. When we're trying to heal ourselves, if we overthink things, often we will find that it can be something to do with our ego. And that really is not what we want to see, is it? We don't want to overthink things and be in our own egos. We need to get rid of that, and we need to follow our heart. We need to go deep within. So throughout history, the rose has been a frequent icon used in heraldry, adorning the crests of royal and noble families across Europe. The beauty of the rose's petals and the sharpness of its thorns reflects the range of personal experiences that can belong to heart, home, and community. So where we have roses, of course, it's beauty on one side and thorns on the other, the hurt, the pain. And that really does speak to a love romance scenario where somebody is in their ego. But it could be just for yourself, just for you to recognize that maybe you are in your ego too much when it comes to a love situation. I know it triggers some people, but we're not all perfect. And, at the end of the day, it is about healing. We know it's about love. Love is on this table. So let us have a little look at the roses. So 3 people stand together before a full-length mirror. The man in the center gazes keenly at himself, and it seems his reflection is looking back with a superior air. His is the sole reflection to be seen in the mirror. This card shows that there may be a thoughtless, selfish person in your life. Whether in love, friendship, family, or business relationship, this person is self-absorbed and makes plans only in terms of how they affect him or her. And I've had this situation with my mother, and I've had this situation with my twin flame. Sometimes you can have it with your children. And it is something that obviously when it affects you the most is when it's about the people closest to you. You may have lingered too long, repeatedly giving this person, even though you haven't received much in return. You've tolerated this dismissiveness because you kept hoping things would get better, or perhaps you were too afraid to step away. You are called now to be aware. This person is unlikely to change, and you may be delaying the inevitable. Take an honest look in your mirror and see how staying in this relationship affects your future. So when I said to you, where I really am wanting and deserving the kind of love that I know I can give, this type of love, and I want somebody that's going to be giving it the same to me, I've got to absolutely believe and trust that that's what I've got to do. I've got to let go and release, because it isn't changing. Okay, this person in my life is not going to change. My mother is not going to change. So for you, it could be something else. But when we think about it as a lesson, what is it that you need to learn? Why does it affect you? Why are you allowing somebody to stay in your life and it's affecting you? Because if you look to your future, what you might want to know is what is bringing you closer to this divine purpose. And if this person is going to affect that, why would you want them to stay? And that's what we've got to ask ourselves when we look at this card. Thank you for that, Spirit. That's very good. So stay grounded, stay balanced, stay in your mindset, what it is that you want. Okay. So we've also got now on the table, setting your course. Exactly. That's just what I was saying. There's the rainbow. There you are. Look ahead. Get going. Set sail. Okay. It's time. These people here looking at the map, people that will help you. You focus. You'll get guided. You'll be told which way to go. You'll know exactly what it is that you need with the Three of Scrolls. Threes are very dynamic right now. We've also got reflection. And there's a lovely full moon there. And the full moon is about reflection, because we have to release things. So we have to look back. We have to look at a situation and know what it is that we want. You know, they're just sitting on this boat. There's no wind. Okay, it's very still, the water. I feel like that's almost like being in that sink with the plug in. Okay, so really reflect on what it is this person does for you. Because if they don't add any benefit to your life, you really don't need them in it. Even though you might love them, let them go with love and light. Okay, and to help you with this, we have in the initiation and the Count Saint Germain with us. Okay, he is guiding us on this beautiful voyage. I feel like it is a very strong voyage right now to go forward. All right, so we're going to have a little read of our Three of Scrolls first of all. So what are scrolls? Scrolls are mind, communication, and study. Okay, it holds within it the arts, written histories, maps, messages, and manner of information and communication. The scrolls also represent the manifesting of idea into matter. So you're manifesting, calling in this new. You want new. There's a rainbow. There's luck. There's beauty ahead. You know, the clouds are clearing in the sky. Okay, and threes are very powerful numbers. Where does it say about 3? It doesn't say it on here. All right, so let us have a little look at the Three of Scrolls. Okay, so set sail. Setting your course. The captain of a ship stands on the forward bridge, surveying the horizons through a telescope. 2 officers nearby refer to an unrolled chart. A rainbow colors the sky. This is a great time to broaden your horizons in both your personal and business lives. Remember I said to you right in the very beginning of this chat, that it's about not focusing on the one thing, the love scenario, especially if you are on a counterpart journey, okay? If you feel like that is but you've got to look at every aspect of your life to call in as much as you can. And that is in your work life as well. So I'm really trying to focus in on my work right now, and in my spiritual practice. I don't want to just sit there and focus in on a person who can't see anything past this right now. And that's really important to understand and to know. It's not that, well, they're never going to change according to the card, the Akashic Records. So would I want somebody better? Yes, I would. Would I want to manifest somebody better? Yes, I would. And so it goes. You know, you've got to allow that to happen. Make space, you know, really make space. It says here, when you widen your scope, you'll find your way to limitless options and boundless wealth. So remember, I said to you I had love and money coming here, and it's on the table right now. So boundless options, boundless wealth. You know, you are a beautiful person. Give your love. Give it to others. Help others. You know, be generous, be kind. Stay balanced with your masculine and your feminine energy. Don't let anyone unbalance you or knock you off your path. It also is a card of potential partnership or affiliation among 3 people who can be helpful on your path. Travel or relocation may be on the agenda. So travel as well could be coming about because of this, and 3 people. Now it does say where the special note, the Captain's Telescope shows the way to more information in a neighboring card. So the card to which the telescope points reveals the supporting influences or obstacles. So the obstacle or the supporting influence is reflection. So we'll read that very clearly. So is there something that you're not quite allowing to let go of right now? You know, when we reflect on something, it's a bit scary, isn't it? Maybe you're not doing the reflection properly. It could provide insight into events, people in your partnerships, and even travel or relocation plans. So let the telescope give you a closer look. So again, they are on a boat and they are in it, but they're not going anywhere. They're on this sort of mill pond and there's this full moon. So maybe tonight is about really reflection and really having a deep look at what it is you want in your life. You know, sit very clearly and look at that. I'm going to do a full moon reading later tonight, hopefully under a full moon, but we'll see if the clouds part for us. But I'm going to definitely have a look at that myself. Reflection, okay? He also, if we look at the next card along, is the initiation and the Count of Saint Germain. So even though there's a deep reflection and really needing to have a look at something, perhaps the Count of Saint Germain can help as well. So let us look then at reflection card. It is a major arcana. A full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. So it is moving, but very slowly. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface along with the moonlight from above. This card can sometimes show a trip, particularly a trip over or by water. More important, so we've got 2 boats here. So there could be seriously overseas travel over water for any one of you. So if you are planning a trip or know that you're going on a trip, pay attention right now. This card can sometimes show, okay, more important, it can reveal that you now have a direct line to your psychic gifts. You are also more aware of your emotions and more reflective about them. Exactly. And, you know, I've been talking to you guys so much more about that. You know, really have. You recognize the differences between your intuitive voice, which is calm and assured, and your lower emotional compulsions, which are urgent and sometimes fear-based. Let yourself gain even greater... Oh, I just got a pain right here in my stomach. Isn't that weird? Let yourself gain even greater clarity and control over your emotions now. And I talked to you a little bit yesterday about that detachment, okay? And I do feel that's quite... You know, it's still very much part of where I am. Although when I was speaking to you earlier, I did get that emotional tide that came over me. It's interesting. This also would be a great time for you to take classes in meditation, psychic development, counseling, healing, and other psychological and spiritual arts if you have such an interest. Your yin side is wide open and your receptivity is high. So yin is feminine. Trust your inner voice and you will be guided to greatness. Close your eyes and feel yourself filled with an emotional peace as calm as a lake. You are now in a state of intuitive reflection. Open yourself to a word or image from spirit and trust the first thing you get. Let yourself receive. Okay. And then we've got another arcana, major arcana, which is our beautiful initiation in the Count of Saint Germain. I'll hold that up for you to see. Standing among the pillars within a beautiful temple, the ascended master, Count Saint Germain, sends his light and energy to the four robed people who stand before him. It is time for their initiation. This card represents your initiation. So, you know, he's looking ahead towards the initiation. It's time. He knows it's time to sail forward. It's beautiful, especially on a full moon. I'm really blessed to be able to share this with you right now. It is much more than a change or even a transformation. It's nothing less than your movement into higher revelations of power, insight, and achievement. And the time is now. Wow. 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 Some loss of lower vibration relationships, jobs, or activities may be required in order to lift you to the new heights and power that await you. Your initiation can be aided by meditation and study, as well as by connecting to the ascended masters with whom you have worked for centuries upon centuries. Know that you have shared purposes and activities with the masters, even if you aren't certain of what they are yet. The disciplines you create now during your initiation and the work you do with the masters will lift your service to the world and to all humankind. See, service to the world. Look at this, 6 of Cups, service to the world and all humankind. Look at all these crowds and crowds of people. Yeah, I'm hearing social media. Wow, this is a time of enormous uplifting. First in your energy and evolution, then in your manifest outer reality. Manifest it. Look at it tonight. Really manifest it under this full moon. It's very powerful. It's time. I'm hearing it's time. The power that you hold within will impact every part of your life. What's next for you? Realizing there are no limits or hindrances. What's next for you? And I think that's really what I was sort of speaking about in terms of, you know, spare no effort. The sweet, the sour, the bitter, and the spicy are all nutrients. Success and failure are experiences. You know, you've got to really right now, it's spare no effort. It is about going forward. You're protected by source, so don't worry about that too much, okay? Wow, that is incredible. All right, sacred. Let's go with our sacred traveler cards right now. That is amazing. Our sacred traveler cards. Under this beautiful full moon day, let's ask for this guidance, the views of the ego, this person. Believe in magic, you're being told. Journey by moonlight. Isn't that funny? That's exactly what I was just saying. Hold the course. Stay focused. Hold the course. Stay focused. Another man with a telescope. And he is literally, right? Another one. Choosing your path. All is possible. Okay, let's have a look. Anything else? Wow, beautiful. Okay, all right. This is beautiful. Okay, so journey by moonlight. Look at that. Okay, absolutely. Believe in your magic. Believe in it. It's jumped on top of the 3 of Scrolls. We've got great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. More boats. Hold the course. Look at this. Look at this. Stay focused. Look, the same as this one. Hold the course. And this was pointed at Saint Germain. So I'm going to read that to us again. Absolutely beautiful. And finally, solitude. In silence, peace prevails. Exactly what I have at this very second. So solitude at the moment. If you're feeling that, okay, just know it's about getting that balance ready for this takeoff, for this transformation. And that's sat on top of the initiation. So initiation, remember, it's your time, it's your change. It is ready. You're ready. You are ready. Journey by Moonlight. Magic is all around you. Spiritual dimensions and mystical realms are only a thought away. The veil is thin right now between you and the realm of the fairies, elves, angels, and spirit beings. It's indeed a magical universe, and the key to opening the doors to these realms is to trust. Even if you can't see, trust that you are being supported in mysterious and wondrous ways. All is not as it seems. Trust your intuition and these nudges from spirit. Believe. And look at me with my cards I found under the table. I'm absolutely, as I was saying to you, I'm showing you. You follow every single message right now, because it's really important for your change. And it's 71, page 71, and that's an 8. And the Sacred Traveler wants you to know, when the traveler journeys by moonlight, mystical beings emerge and magic abounds in the depth of the enchanted forest. Even though the traveler can't see clearly, he trusts that blessings and support are being showered over him and his life. The key to having miracles transpire in your life is to believe in magic and trust that you are supported by unseen beings in accordance with your higher good. So the key is to having miracles transpire in your life is to believe in magic and trust that you are supported by unseen beings in accordance with your highest good. So do you believe it? Do you trust in your journey? You know, absolutely. I can't believe this is another boat. We're sailing away, my friend. Sail away, sail away, sail away. I just heard sail away, sail away. You know that song, sail away. Oh, choosing your path, all is possible. Jumping on top of 6 of Wands. Choosing your path, all is possible. It's time for you to choose your path. Great adventure. At the end of your life, you are more likely to regret the things you didn't do than the things you did. Take risks. Not every risk enables success, but if you don't try, you'll never know what remarkable experiences were available to you. By stepping out of your comfort zone, you'll discover new talents and abilities. Playing safe in the long run is no safer than venturing forth with glee. To quote Helen Keller, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. So the Sacred Traveler wants you to know, hoist your sails, catch the trade winds of adventure, and enter the open seas. Explore new ports of call. It's easy to stay safe in the harbour, but that's not where the juice of life is. When you sail the open seas without knowing what the day will bring, life force energy is activated within you. There are no guarantees when you take a risk. Be willing to go out on a limb. That's where the best fruit is. When you push yourself beyond your personal boundaries, life is so much more fulfilling. I love that. I really love that. That's wonderful. I don't know how good this... Let's see if I can... I don't think I can do anything with my... I was just thinking to switch on a light. Excuse me. I'll go switch on a light for us. Oh. Oh. Sorry, I'm limping along. Don't normally do that, but I just thought it looked a little bit dark because these clouds have come over. All right, so staying focused. Staying focused. Be clear about where you are going. Do not compromise. Follow your dreams. You deserve the best. Prioritize your life. Once you decide on a direction, hold the course. Do not veer. Do what's important and release the rest. Place your intent and passion on one thing rather than scattering in many directions, and you will be successful. And I'm hearing yourself. yourself. Really do that. Reflection, stay focused, reflect on where it is that you want to go, what it is that you want to do, what it is that you deserve. I'm just hearing all of this coming down very strongly. So on the path, it's easy for the traveler to be distractive. It's funny how we've got it here, choosing your path. So don't get distracted. Don't let someone knock you off your path. That's what I was just saying earlier. You know, stay grounded, stay balanced, stay focused. We're focusing in, look, one eye through that telescope. Do not take any side roads. Stay the course. Keep going, no matter what emerges on your path that distracts you. It's easy to get lost and forget where you're heading. Recommit. Right, so we had Mercury retrograde playing a big part in my recording. So the challenges you faced are making you stronger. No, sorry. Stay the course, keep going, no matter what emerges is on your path that distracts you. Recommit yourself to your destination and refrain from focusing on what's not working. Only focus on the direction you want to go. And then we had solitude. In silence, you'll find a depth of self-awareness as well as inner peace. This is not a time to venture forth with a new project or a new cycle. This is the time to step back and be still. In quietude, you can seek and uncover your deepest inner truth. Seek solitude and all will be revealed. No matter what is happening around you, find serenity. The sacred traveler wants you to know your power is born in stillness. Sometimes the traveler is in such a hurry to reach the next peak, he gets separated from his spiritual source. However, when the traveler takes time alone, everything falls into perspective. Take time out of your day to be completely quiet. Take deep, slow breaths. Imagine inhaling vitality and exhaling all that is needed. Affirm that all is well. Move past the chatter and chaos on the road of life and be still and hear the voices of your higher self and your spirit guides. So, very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So we're choosing our path. New vistas are ahead and you have the power to choose. And within this is your freedom. Do not allow the restrictions and limitations placed on you by the expectations of others. Deter your path. Be daring. Cast aside conventions and restrictions. Dance, laugh, explore. Go beyond your predictable behavior. Say yes to life. You support others in stepping into their freedom. So the sacred traveler wants you to know. Choose life on your terms. Move beyond those situations that you've outgrown. Sometimes to be free, the traveler needs to put down his pack and just keep walking. There are times to live an ordinary life, but there's also times to cast ordinary things aside and fling your arms in the heavens in joy. You're not on the planet to always meet the needs and expectations of others. You're here to explore, expand, and step in your extraordinary self. Don't unconditionally accept the rules you've placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. Choose pathways that lead to greater freedom of happiness. Wow, that is incredible. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, absolutely what I needed to hear. I hope it helps you guys. I really do. Okay, we've got some little tea leaf cards here just to ask for some confirmation about our new journey. Let's be positive. We're being initiated. Could we give some guidance into that? Maybe the tea leaves of fortune, tea leaves will give us a little bit of guidance in what we can expect to come. Okay. Sorry, I've got to go back because there was one that went on the floor. Okay, let's have a little look at him. Okay, the quill. Go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. Okay, I'm going to put those back down over there. Go back to the basics, the quill. So, believe in magic. Remember I said to you that sort of idea of, your inner child, and that was what this choosing your path as well. Go back to the basics, put down everything and go back to the beginning. I kind of feel like I almost, with a new love, it's kind of, you feel like that you get to know someone, don't you? It's like, get to know that new, You've got here the tankard, celebration, fun and enjoyment. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Very beautiful. And we have, you should accept valid criticism with the cup. So, you know, this, you know, really look at yourself all the time about where you're going. You know, take this time of solitude, reflection, you know, have a critique yourself, you know, be honest and open with yourself. I think that's when I see this sort of plug coming out, I feel very much about the idea of sort of, you know, Sorry, we got our Mercury retrograde fun bit again. So we had, you should accept valid criticism with the cup card here. And then finally we had opportunities awaiting for you, the door. And I'm hearing knock, knock, knock again. Something is coming. It's going to be there for you. Take this time to make your changes. Absolutely, it's really important. I just feel so positive about this right now. It's just a beautiful, beautiful amount of guidance the Spirit have gifted us today. Absolutely amazing. So lovely, lovely thought. Staying focused, hold the course. You know, when you want to take a risk, take the risk. You know that you know, letting go of something or someone tonight from this full moon period going forward is really important for you, for your next stage. Just believe and trust in that right now. Believe in magic. Believe that there, you know, that love is there for you, and the love for yourself. Love yourself more than anything. Stay the course. It's your life. It's your journey. All right, so we've got the wolf card came out. Beware of letting your wilder instincts spin out of control. So be criticism, you know, be critical about how your behavior, possibly, you know, what, you know, did you become unbalanced? What was there a situation that you could have possibly looked at it in a different way? That type of thing. Moon in Pisces, beware of indulging in negative or depressive tendencies. Exactly, that's what speaks to that. But we've also got the moon in Leo. It's an Leo. It is an important time to guard against being self-centered, over-opinionated or pushy. So those are three very strong, almost like the most negative cards that have come out after we talked about this sort of criticism. And I feel like we you know, when we're doing our reflection, we need to be very open and honest in our reflection. You know, things will move, but they'll move when we want, you know, going forward. There's opportunities for us. The door will open. You've just got to do the work. Do the work. Spare no effort, my friends. Spare no effort. Do the work. I've also just got my little rune cards here on the table. So we're going to ask the runes just to clarify for us what is on the table right now. There's a lot of love in you. You're lovely. You've got a lot of love to give. You've got a lot of kindness. You're always there for other people. Be there for yourself as well, you know. Stay balanced. Stay grounded. Stay humble and honest and open. We've got Iwas, transportation. And may represent a horse, car, plane or boat. Well, we've got so many boats. So there is something about a movement that's going to change for the better for you. So this movement is here. The door of opportunity is going to swing open. This door is going to swing open. Unplug the plug. Let the water flow. Let the energy flow. Accept it. Receive it. Love it. Trust it. Have faith. And go forth. And enjoy your day. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you for joining me. If you've liked, please give me a thumbs up. Maybe make a comment. Love to hear from you. Always love to hear from people. You take care. I'll see you again soon.